Hello friend, it is me, Pat Sloan, here on Thursday, and I decided to put up the crumb blocks again so we have something different to look at because I wanted to tell you a few things about how that's going. But first on our calendar is the Prim cross stitch. I'm going to put a picture up right here of what the Fat Quarter Shops looks like because I have not got mine together yet. So once I do, I will show it, but it has the kitty on it and the little sunflowers. They're so darling. I love the little kitty. So today, in celebration of a kitty being on the Prim cross stitch, we are going to have a show and tell of pets with quilts. So share a picture or tell me about your pet, but if you want to share the picture of your pet, it needs to be with a quilt. So either on a quilt or next to a quilt, or you holding the dog and you holding a quilt if you don't like them to touch, but one in each arm. So in honor of the pets in my life, I've had, as a kid, I had fish and hamsters, and I believe we had a turtle at one point, but my parents are not animal people. So even to have the hamsters was a super big deal. And once my little brother was born, I didn't have any more hamsters because I didn't take care of them. So that was into hamsters. And then when I met Greg's family, they were dog people. So I became a dog person, and I have had two dogs. Greg and I have had two dogs. Ted, this is when he was still a puppy, and Brandy, here it's not a very good picture, but it's one I could find right now, and she's sitting in between the seats. She's a chocolate lab. Ted was a mutt. Now my brother Tom has a couple of pets, and one is a picture. I have to show you the picture of Otis. This is Otis at my house when he was just a puppy. Oh my gosh, these are the cutest puppies ever. So there you go. Pets on quilts today. Pets on quilts. So let's talk about these crumb blocks. So you can see I put them up by color this time. Last time I put them up, I did 4 blocks. I did 4 together by color. So this time I thought, well, let me just do them in horizontal strips because I'm not sure that this quilt will have all these blocks in it, but because I think I am going to go the full year and see what I get out of it. I have decisions to make though. Do I start to make some quilts with these before the year is done, or do I want to get the whole stack for a year, which is what I'm voting for, and have the I want to see like the stack. I want to see it. So if I start putting them together, I won't be able to like see what I got as a stack and how many they are and what it looks like. So there is what's going on with them, but I also want to give you a little look at, let's move the camera back, give you a little look at what I have of the ones in progress right now, which is kind of interesting. So first I got 2 more done. Whoop. So I have these 2 now are big enough, and they were taking the kitty fabric and the little strips. I showed you those the other day. So they need to go up here, and they would go down here with these tan ones. So I'll put it right there. I'll put them at the bottom, get out of the way. There we go, so you can see. So I've got those 2 more. I don't even know how many are up there. So I have these 2 in progress now. So there are somewhat, this one's further along, but I'll have to keep, as I get colors that work with them, I'll add to them. I'm not a fan of like this mishmashing all the fabrics together into a block. Doesn't do anything for me. I know a few of you feel like that's a true crumb quilt, but it's not. It's not. A true crumb quilt doesn't exist. It is just a style, and you can define it how you like. The other thing I found was these in the Home Is box. I'm like, really? More of this? So now I don't know. Should I start a blue and white? I did that blue and white Traffic Jam, which let me show you this one. It's Traffic Jam that I gave to my brother Tom. But I don't have a blue and white just at the checkerboard. So since this piece is already started, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should do that. And then these other pieces, I will probably take them and cut them into 2.5-inch squares first. So I can use them in this system of 2.5-inch square quilts. And then whatever's left will be used to make the crumb blocks. And I still, wait, there's more. I still have one in progress. How did I do it? Okay, so this is how it's laid out. So I have this is what I've been building. So these pieces are still left from the Jolly Bar friendship bracelet in the middle, and then all these sort of other pieces here that I'm going to sew together. So I've laid them out how I want to sew them together. Put them on the design board. Like, this is too long, so I'll just cut it off, which means the other half will go in to be something else, unless I decide to sew the two of them together or put it up on here, you know, just to get rid of it. You know, I just don't want these little strips just hanging around forever. So there's another block that I can get going. So I thought that's pretty darn good. Now I also have the English paper piecing from the old school, and the center is just about done. So I just have that one English paper piecing unit here. I'm just about done sewing this last one on, and then there's the middle. I want to show you what my work tablet looks like. This is how I have everything set up on the design board. So this is one of the 14-inch design boards. So I've got everything here, and this will be going, whoops, the needle's over on the other thing there. Oh, I just unthreaded it. Okay, so that goes in the middle, and all of these, you know, go around it, these cream tone ones. And then after that will be black again. Now in reality, I wish I had done this one all black, all of these, and just fussy cut them so those lines would have been coming out. But I didn't, and I'm certainly not going to go and change it. So this is the worksheet I have going on. I call it a worksheet, but it's a working board. So it's a working board of what everything is. Yes. Okay, the other thing I found out that yesterday when I was showing you the Patriotic panel, that really cool panel, I found it does have a free pattern. So here is the free pattern to use that panel, and it's basically just some strips using those great fabrics. Now I am going to use, I'm going to do something with that panel. I'm going to have to quilt up that panel because that's so darn cute, and I might give it to my dad and his wife to hang up. And I hang them on my front door. You asked me yesterday, I guess I didn't mention that. I use command strips to hang the cotton to the front door. I don't have, I mean, if you had a little nail or something, then you could put a dowel rod in a hanging sleeve and then just put a little string and hang it on the back. But generally then it'll hang below the nail, you know, so you would see the nail. But I just use command strips, so that it'll stay up there long enough. I mean, that was a Christmas wreath from, you know, when I had it hanging in December. So this one will be, I have to do a spring, do a 4th of July wreath. So on my list of things to do. Speaking of list, it will be ready tomorrow, the May calendar, and also there'll be 2 pages this time. And the second page, I will just have a list of sew-alongs and future sew-alongs. Some of them I can't tell you exactly what the sew-along is, but I will tell you when it's expected to start and if it's free or if you have to have a pattern, you know, so I will tell you that, but not what it is yet. I'm not quite ready to tell you that part. And I don't have real specific dates, but I'll know whether it's like, you know, early or whatever. And then the calendar. Now I will need to do another project sheet for May and be less ambitious. I was quite ambitious here. I only got actually 2 things done. I know nothing else will be done in April. And in May, I probably should just put on 2 things because that's probably all I'll get done, because I'm still working on the very next book, and it's May and I will be planting. I will have to go out and play in my garden and do some flowers. Just do something a little different outside of the house, which means I won't have as much time here to do these things. And also I thought it would be fun to track my time. So watch for that in the future, where I'm mulling over how to do that. Usually I probably just do a bunch of photos and then I'll just show you like my day in photos, kind of a thing. I just thought that would be fun. All right. Oh yes, you have to enter. Did you enter for the goodies that I showed on Monday? Because you don't have much longer. Today is Thursday and I think it ends on Friday evening. So you want to get in on that. The links are down below. Click the subscribe button while you're there. Now I do want to show you something that in our community, in our It needs a new name. Do you think I call our Facebook group my community group, Community of Quilters, but we need a better name. It was like Pat's Club or, you know, something. We need a Quilt the Quilt Club, Pat's Quilt Club. It needs something more fun than community. But anyways, over there, our friend Nancy shared this beautiful quilt that they have made for her her local group, and they have been doing this every year and have only missed twice doing a community project for like 80 years. The first time they missed during World War II, and the second time is during the pandemic. They couldn't get a quilt organized. So I just wanted to share that there are really interesting things that happen in our group over there, that you can see how quilters across the world are so similar. We all do we all do our own thing, but we do things that help our own local communities. We do things to help each other. We do things that are inspiring, and everybody there is a real person. They're from across the world, so you might have just people who you know, share something that might not be how you would do it, because they might be from another country and the way they learn to sew and quilt would be a little bit different than ours is. But you'll find that for the most part they're all really the same, which is, I think, inspiring. It is truly inspiring, and I hope that if you are not there yet, that you come over and visit with us and join us. We are about 190, almost 194,000 quilters across the world, which is phenomenal, just phenomenal. Okay, my friend. I want to see those. I want to see those little furry assistants of yours. And remember, share your animal photos, your pet photos with a quilt. Okay. So I love you. See you online.